So we're going to be multiplying these two rational expressions together, and I'm going to check to see if any numerator or denominator can be factored. So if I look at this numerator, I'm going to check for a trinomials method, but this will be requiring grouping because of the 2 in the front, as well as this one, trinomials with grouping. And the denominators would just be trinomials no grouping. So I'm going to check to see if all 4 of these could be factored. So taking a look at this first numerator, I would have to multiply the first and last number, which is negative 12. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. So I'm saying what multiplies to negative 12 and adds to 1, that would be 4 and negative 3. So for grouping, I would have to rewrite the expanded form. First and back terms stay the same, but the middle term gets broken up. So it starts out 2x squared, and instead of 1x, I'm using these two factors, plus 4x's minus 3x's, which recombines as 1x, and then minus 6. Underline your two groups and factor by GCF. Biggest number that divides 2 and 4 is 2, and they share an x. What's left inside? I would have x plus 2. Bring down the minus sign. Biggest number that divides 3 and 6 is 3, and I know my factors here have to match. This factor has to match this factor here. So this has to be an x plus 2. And I could check by distributing a negative 3 to both terms. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. So my two factors here, the matching x plus 2 makes one of the factors, and if I kind of shade that out, what's left here is the 2x minus 3. So that becomes my second factor. All right, so I'm going to kind of set up my product here. I know the numerator is x plus 2 times 2x minus 3. Now let's factor the denominator. So I know this requires no grouping the denominator, so I'm saying what multiplies to negative 8 and adds to negative 2. So the factor pair that would work here would be negative 4 and 2. So in the denominator, I'm going to have x minus 4 and then x plus 2. All right, taking a look at the next numerator. I do have to do grouping here. So I multiply the first and last number, and I say what multiplies to negative 6 and adds to negative 1. So the factor pair that would work here is negative 3 and positive 2. So I have to rewrite my expanded form. 2x squared minus x minus 3. First and last terms stay the same, middle term gets broken up. So it starts out 2x squared, and instead of negative 1x, I'm using my two factors in any order, so negative 3x's plus 2x's still combines as negative 1x, and then minus 3. From here, I factor by GCF, underline your two groups. So biggest number that divides 2 and 3 is just 1, but they do share an x. What's left inside is 2x minus 3. Bring down your plus sign. Biggest number that divides 2 and 3 is just 1, and they don't share any x's, so I'm just pulling out a 1. And again, I know that this has to match this, so I'm just going to fill it in with 2x minus 3. So my two final factors would be the 2x minus 3, and if I shade that out, I would be left with x plus 1. So the numerator is 2x minus 3, and then x plus 1. Lastly, my denominator. So looking at this, making my chart, what multiplies to negative 4 and adds to negative 3. So the factor pair would be negative 4 and 1. So my two factors here are x minus 4 and x plus 1. All right, now that I have everything set up, I'm going to look for any pairs in the numerator and denominator that match. So x plus 2 over x plus 2 divides as 1, so I could cross those out. Let's see, I have x plus 1 over x plus 1, that divides as 1. I have, that's it. Okay. So from here, I would check to see what's left in the numerators and check to see what's left in the denominators, and I would multiply straight across. So 2x minus 3 times itself is just 2x minus 3 squared. And then my denominator, x minus 4 times itself, is just x minus 4 squared.